Do you want to know what no one else tells you about spirit guides? This video will open your eyes to a world that many people still don't understand. Have you ever thought about how to really connect with your spirit guides, or what this deep connection is all about? Not only are we going to talk about these mysterious beings today, but we're also going to give you 3 important new ideas that will change how you think about and interact with them. People talk a lot about spirit guides, but there's a lot more to this link than meets the eye. Listen to me. We are going to talk about the mysteries of spirit guides and show you not only how to connect with them, but also how to trust this connection and become more aware of the present moment. A lot of people have talked about spirit guides before, but how we experience them depends on what we believe. How about a deeper, more profound truth that's just waiting to be found? To really understand spirit guides and how they affect our spiritual journey, it's not enough to just say whether they exist or not. Get ready for a trip, because today I will blow your mind to grow and your spiritual awareness to reach a new level. Before I start, I want to talk about this amazing person who changed my life and probably will change yours too. Dolores was a pioneering figure in the exploration of the spiritual and metaphysical realms. Her groundbreaking work as a hypnotherapist led her to develop the quantum healing hypnosis technique, a unique method for accessing deep levels of the subconscious. One of her most notable contributions to the topic of spirit guides can be found in her book, Between Life and Death: Conversations with a Spirit. In this work, she explores the journey of the soul, the afterlife, and the roles of spirit guides in guiding and supporting individuals throughout their lives. She emphasizes the importance of understanding the role of these guides in our personal growth and spiritual development. My point is that our personal worldviews determine how it is presented to us. On one level, it might be a personal reflection on something you've been through before, or it could be about a grandparent or great-grandparent who has passed away. That is a spirit guide, and that can also be an amazing experience. And now, what I want to teach you, and how I'm going to explain this video, are based on a few main ideas. One of them is that we are spiritual beings who live forever, but only have human experiences for a short time. We don't have to believe that things are as bad as they look. You should see life as an experience. Once we understand this, it's much easier to know the truth about who we are and the fact that we exist right now. What quantum physics tells us is that we will always be here. Because energy can't be made or broken, this is something we learned. It is what it is. The human ear can't pick up some sounds, like the whistle of a dog, or some low or high frequencies. Another example is that we can see certain types of light spectrums and shades, but not infrared or X-ray. Does that mean they don't exist? The main idea is that our senses can only take in so much of what we live through. It is not beyond our knowledge that vibrations can be found everywhere. Part of what I'm doing in this video is helping you see more of who you are so that you can learn more about your spirit guides. In other words, you are much bigger than you think. The more life we go through, the more we forget who we really are. We forget that we are spiritual beings who will live forever, but are having temporary human experiences. One thing that makes Earth a little harder to incarnate on than other places in the universe is that people forget who they are. It's dark and easy to forget. It's kind of like logging back into a video game we forgot we were in. One of the goals of the game, or more figuratively, one of the goals of life, is to remember who we are and reconnect with the bigger version of ourselves. Once we do that, we start to see things in a much bigger way. Of course, words can't really describe that level of openness, but I went through it. We are made up of many dimensions, and we have forgotten about this since we were born here. Because of how our environment shapes us, we think that this is who I am. This is what is real, but we are much bigger than that, and we've just forgotten about it. Another important step in the process of understanding is how we think about time when it comes to what I'm about to say about spirit guides. When it comes to time, there is only this very moment. We have never really lived in the past because it was right now. Similarly, we will never really live in the future because it will still be here right now when the future comes. Time doesn't really exist the way we think it does. People have taught us that the past is expressed in a straight line. But the truth is that we remember a different past, because each time we remember something, we take it out of our memory bank, look at it, change it, and then put it back in. This is what neuroscience shows. If we can accept that we're always changing in the present, then we can start to let go of the past. So what is the first thing we can know for sure about spirit guides? Right now, what we do is believe that all of our spirit guides are different souls. Or that's what we do when we connect with spirit guides in general. You will be connecting with another version of yourself that exists right now. And we are learning how to become exactly what we want to be. We're learning how to talk to other people. One thing we can do to start living in unity consciousness is to understand that our spirit guides are often just different versions of ourselves in other worlds and higher dimensions. Now, this might seem a little scary at times, but there are books by Dolores talking about it. She could put people in trance states where their brain waves were at the lowest level, which is where the subconscious mind is. During these trance states, they would record her sessions and write them down. When these people reached that state, she would ask them things like, "Why did you come into this world at this time? Why do they have this relationship in their lives?" She will ask the person who was under hypnosis whatever questions they have written down ahead of time, and she'll ask different questions to see where the conversation goes. But in general, she's done thousands and thousands of interviews with different people all over the world. And you know what? A lot of them had things in common under hypnosis, even though they were all different people. Her clients thought that they were here on Earth right now because of a very strong change that is happening to raise our level of consciousness, and that this is the best place to be at this time. It's more exciting than ever to be here. As a result of this shift in consciousness, we are becoming more aware of who we are. Another thing she was able to ask these people was about spirit guides and other lives. Often, they said they were getting help from other versions of themselves, which you can read about in transcripts in the Convoluted Universe books. This will help you really connect with the fact that you are multidimensional and that you exist at the same time in different realities. What is the second secret truth about spirit guides that no one tells you? Being able to understand how they talk to us is important. A lot of times in our lives, they will use signs to help us understand what is going on. In many cases, they will also make what looks like a block or something that we don't understand if we're going in a certain direction. You feel like something is pushing you back, but that's just how things work sometimes. It helps you stay on track and shows you the way. We no longer have to hear them as a voice in our heads when they talk to us. Visuals and other things seem to have been sent from God to help us. It could just be a steady connection to the deepest part of ourselves, like our heart or a place of space. It could also be a sign, and you start to receive signs over and over again. I think that was higher level guidance telling us which way to go, but sometimes we don't listen, and that's why I told you that it might not always come in the way you want it to. You might hear more than just a voice. It might not be a picture, it could just be a sign. It could also be a good sign. This could happen when you start doing something you're really interested in and feel like you should do it because it will give you a reward. Keep in mind that they could also be from your spirit guides, so pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs that are showing up in your life. As you connect with them, you become more in tune with how you want to be, in tune with the bigger part of yourself, which is also linked to the realm of spirit guides. Now tell me the third truth about spirit guides that you may have forgotten and that no one really tells you. What is the third sign? You can think of something. The third truth is realizing that when you go to sleep, you reach this higher level of consciousness and can talk to all of your spirit guides and different versions of yourself. The world is very different when you go to sleep, but you don't remember anything about it when you wake up, because it doesn't matter what you know about those different things. Your subconscious mind will often send you little signs or messages that you should pay attention to. But when you go to sleep at night, you are actually doing much bigger things than you can imagine. In the higher dimensions, there's unconditional love, so most people wouldn't want to be here if they knew that. Time and space are much more flexible when you know that time doesn't exist. This changes the way you see something completely. This is powerful because it shows that you are so much more than you think. How can you make a strong connection with your spirit guides? One of them is to make up your mind before bed that you'll remember some of your dreams, even if they are just pictures of things you want to know. Make that your goal, then go to sleep and wait to see what happens. You will get a sign and know it when you wake up. There are signs in my life that tell me what I need to do. As a multidimensional being, we can see signs of what you are doing in the higher dimensions. We think our spirit guides are out there a lot of the time. They're really inside of us because we're bigger than we thought, and the outside is just a reflection of the inside. When we become aware of this, we're more likely to go inside to try to spread our energy. In that high vibe state, you'll start to raise your vibration. Your vibration has gone up, and your level of consciousness has grown. That's when things start to happen, and that's something I did in my life. It changed everything when I raised my vibrational state of consciousness months ago. The point of no return became clear. Always remember that you are so much bigger than you think, and everything in your life can change when you realize that there is a bigger picture and a bigger state of consciousness. If you're still with me, I extend my gratitude for your presence, and if you wish, consider subscribing to our channel. And remember, I have a profound love for you, and hope that your life is filled with prosperity and happiness to the fullest extent possible. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.